Metalhead-TV.
Hi Metalheads, this is Toby from metal-heads.de, and I'm sitting here next to Ben Wells from Blackstone Cherry.
Yes. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. So we're in Cologne in the Essigfabrik. Yes. It's a sold-out show ahead. So how do you feel about that?
It's awesome. You know, we love Germany, and it's cool because we can feel us kind of starting to grow here a lot more. And you know, we were really surprised that tonight's show and the next two German shows sold out because we're kind of like, you know, we're promoting a new album, but it's not out yet. So we were kind of like, man, is anybody going to want to come and see us? We don't have a new album out. You know, people are going to be like, I just saw them last tour. But for them to sell out in advance is pretty amazing, and it just really makes us feel good. So it's going to be great. Cool.
Yeah, Kentucky, it will be released in April, I think. And so you're touring already. So will we hear new songs already in this tour?
We're doing two new songs. The single, which is In Our Dreams, and then we're doing a song called The Rambler, which is the last track on the album. And it's cool because In Our Dreams is one of the heaviest songs on the album. The Rambler is the softest, and we're doing them both in the set. So it gives people basically one side and the other, you know, of what the album is. So, but they're loving it. People are loving the stuff, and it's going over great.
Cool. You know, when you before you released Magic Mountain, a lot of people were telling, you know, stupid stuff like, you know, you sound like Nickelback. I think you heard that stuff. Is it something you really what really bothers you, or what you say? I think you proved them wrong with Magic Mountain. So.
You know, no, nothing like that really bothers me because everybody's got an opinion, you know, and you can't please everybody. And, you know, maybe early on people used to say, you know, you guys sound like this. I would get frustrated because I'm like, we're not trying to sound like anybody, you know. But anymore, it's like, whatever. Yeah. You know, we know that our fans, we have some of the best fans out there. So those are the opinions we really care about, not just people that want to make fun.
Okay, so what will we hear with the new album? Is it, you say there's a very slow song, a soft song today, and a very, very hard one, which is In Our Dreams. Yeah. So
the album, Kentucky, is our heaviest album we've ever done. It's very guitar riff heavy, drum, bass heavy. We got to self-produce it by ourselves, which was really great. We've never been able to do that, you know, just to be totally responsible for all the music. And it was awesome to finally get the opportunity to be in the studio and just have to answer to ourselves, not anybody else. So basically, you got the outcome of that is us just being an energetic, loud, heavy rock and roll band, you know, but with soul, and it's got blues influence, and you know, it's got soft stuff too. But the core of the album is very, it's pretty heavy.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to that. I really like that. So. One thing which I realized, you know, the band is very active on social media. So you post on Facebook, you stream certain songs, and I realized that for the name of the album Kentucky, you asked your fans on Instagram how you should name it, and there was one guy who said Lucky Kentucky. Yeah.
We do that, you know, it's fun to get people's ideas and stuff, but actually our manager was the one that had the idea, and we were tossing around different titles, and he said, have you guys thought about just calling the album Kentucky? And we were like, you know, it's right there in front of our face the whole time. And it just fit perfect because, you know, we're obviously from there. We all still live there. We recorded the album there. Everything that revolves around the album is all the musicians on it are from Kentucky. You know, the horn section, the strings. So it just made sense to come full circle again on our fifth album and just, you know, kind of tip of the hat to where we're from.
Sounds also that it's very a personal album because, you know, you say that it's a home base area and everyone is from there. Does that make it a little bit more personal than the other albums as well?
It does because, you know, you create a lot of memories. I mean, we create memories every time you're in the studio, but when you're at home, you know, you get your family coming by, your mom and dad, your wives, some of the guys' kids, my dog, you know. So it's a very comfortable atmosphere, and it's very laid back, and it does get personal, so to speak, you know. And lyrically, we always try to get, you know, write about things that we've experienced, you know, personally or seen our friends go through. So it for sure is a personal album, you know. Yeah.
So, you know, last year in January, there was an amazing statement video of Chris, who revealed his battle with depression and that stuff. How did that? You know, you were all young guys, and you turned 30, I think. Oh, you did.
I did. I turned 30 in November.
Yeah, November exactly. So. Was that something which had an influence on the music, or as a band or a friend, not just a band member?
It definitely comes through in the lyrics, you know, because it's things that we went through, we experienced, he experienced, we experienced it with him. If anything, I think we grew stronger together as a band, you know. The thing is, we're friends first and the band second, you know. So we, you know, even though it got hard on everybody, you know, we were there for him and supported him, and luckily he's a different person now, you know. So I'm glad we all were there, and we kind of, you know, tough through it, and you know, we're there with him, and yeah, and he was great because he got to reach a lot of people by, you know, openly admitting that, and you know, telling people not to be ashamed if you have that kind of problem, just talk about it to somebody, you know, and I think a lot of fans respected him for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the fan scene respected him. And I think there's a lot of musicians as well, because this is always a topic nobody wants to talk about, because, you know, people feel, you know, hurtable. I don't know if that's the right term, but, you know, but...
Yeah, it's good because, you know, usually it's overlooked, but it's a very real thing that happens everywhere, you know. So when somebody, especially if somebody is, you know, a fan of our band and thinks everything is just perfect, you know, and then they have the lead singer of the band saying, you know, hey, I have this problem too, you know, then that person in the audience or somebody watching that on the internet might go, man, I've been afraid to say something, but now I'm not, or man, he's got it too, I shouldn't feel embarrassed, you know, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. So, you know, when you turn 30, so you're not a Twen anymore. Is it something which you really realized, and is it a difference, you know, when you look back 15 years from today, when the way you wrote riffs or something, you know, is it something which you realize where you get your maturity up?
Not really. I mean, to me, I don't even realize I'm 30, you know, it's just kind of weird to say anyway. I don't know. I guess looking back, I try to just be the same person always. I'm not one of those guys that's like, well, I'm older now, so I need to do this differently, you know. It's like I just like being happy and having a good time and being funny and being, you know, all that kind of stuff. But as far as like playing the guitar, I mean, obviously I think the more I play it, the more I mature as a guitar player, you know. So 15 years ago, maybe the guitar riffs I was writing were, you know, not as complex or not as different and diverse now. And hopefully 15 years from now, I can say the same thing about me now, you know, is to always continue to learn and grow as a player.
Yeah. So you got married 2014, I think. Yeah. So does it change the way you go on tour and that stuff?
No, I mean, you definitely miss your wife and your family at home. But we were together. You know, everybody had their women before they were married, and they all got to experience us being gone on the road. So luckily, we'd already kind of been used to that lifestyle, you know. And getting married was just basically something that you know, solidified our relationship. It wasn't like a big change or anything, and I think that was the way for all of us, really, because we'd all had our girls, you know, growing up, so they got to see us, you know, do this for, you know, since the beginning, basically. So it's been really cool.
Yeah. So Chris is a father right now, so I don't know if you're planning something or.
We want to, for sure. Right now, I'm the only guy in the band that doesn't have any kids. The other three do. My wife and I have a little dog named Henry. He's a beagle. He's like our child. Okay. Yeah. But we do want to have kids, and in the future, for sure. We just wanted to be married first for a little bit, and then talk about kids.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, cool. So, do you realize when you on tour in your area, you know, when the family is over there, that it's really a concert or a tour thing, or is it just more a happening with the family?
Like when we play a show and they come to see us, we get more nervous, I think, because you know, your family's there and you want to do good, but also it's just you always want to make sure they're taken care of. You know, if you're at a venue, you want to make sure mom and dad or grandparents are all good to go and not, you know, waiting somewhere. So, you know, it adds a little bit of just nerves, you know, but it's good. It's so great to see our families come and watch us play because they were the ones that were watching us when nobody else was, you know.
So when you turn back the time wheel to 15 years, you're going to have the 15th anniversary in June this year.
Yes.
So you started as a band with, you know, what you were 15 years old, and now you turned 30. So is there something when you turn back the time wheel where you say, I'm really proud of that, and this is something which I, you know, will tell my grandchildren?
Honestly, I'm really proud of everything we've done since we started. I mean, you know, we came from a very small area, and we love playing music together, and we, you know, set our minds to it. And we did a lot of stuff that maybe 15-year-old kids weren't doing. You know, instead of going out and partying and whatnot, we were practicing, and we dedicated ourselves to each other, and we became best friends. And you know, if anything, I just like to teach, hopefully, my child one day that, you know, just determination. And, you know, the fire that you have to have inside of you, the passion, you know. I look back and I'm like, man, I'm really proud of us for, you know, for continuing going, because a lot of bands might have stopped early on. They would have given up, you know, but we kept on going, you know, and we still are. It's a continual uphill climb. That,
and you also experienced a lot of shit. When I remember that your guitar gear was stolen, I think, was it 2 years or last year?
2014.
2014.
Yeah.
8 guitars were stolen during the tour. So you know, this is really crap. And
it sucked.
how did it sucked exactly. And how did you overcome that? So what the bandmates who could you help out with guitars and that stuff?
Well, we were on the road, and so I had my touring guitars with me on tour, and then I had 8 guitars in storage, and somebody broke in the storage unit while we were touring. And got whatever was in there, basically. So thankfully, even though as bad as that sucks, if we had been home and all of my guitars had been in there, they'd have gotten them all, you know. So luckily I had the ones that I use live, but some of my most valuable ones were stolen. But, you know, I was really bummed out for a while, and at the end of the day, though, you got to just think, it's just guitars, you know. It could be, you know, it's not a human life. It's something like, so... Sometimes that's hard to keep in your mind because you're like, still, it's my guitars. But, you know, it could always be worse. And I just stay positive that I'll get them back one day.
Yeah, cool. Fortunately, you have your gear now with you, and you're making a great tour. As far as I know, you're going to tour until June, I think. So a short break in March. Yeah,
we do this for another 10 days, and then we'll have all of March off at home. And then we'll do a U.S. tour in April through May. We'll go to Australia for the first time in June, and then more touring, just till the rest of the year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So when you go now to, let's go back to the time wheel, you know, and then turn it further the next, let's say, 10 or 15 years. What do you think where you're going to be?
15 years from now?
Yeah.
Hopefully we're, you know, still out here doing this, you know. And loving playing music, and just, you know, having great families and great life out here. And as long as we can continue to be, you know, maintain a career playing music and having people come see us, I really don't care what level it's on, you know. As long as people want to come watch us play, I'll be happy.
Okay, cool. So, are you coming back when you release Kentucky? Is it something which is planned for summer or something?
Yeah, we won't be back in the summer because we're doing a bunch of U.S. tour. But we're going to come back, I think, the beginning of next year and do a big tour over here once the album's been out for a while and people get to know it. So.
Okay. And you also released the live DVD in Birmingham. So are you going to plan something like, you know, crazy greetings from good old Germany or something?
That'd be cool, you know. If Germany keeps growing like it is, man, we might have to do a DVD from here. That would be awesome. Yeah, it was our first DVD we'd ever put out, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And I think the audience in Birmingham is something special. So everyone is going to London and doing a DVD from London. And
we just wanted to be different, and Birmingham was one of like the first UK shows that we remember playing when we first came over in 2007, being like really stand out to us. So we just chose that city because we just wanted to be a little different, I guess, and it's always been a great crowd for us.
Okay, cool. So I think we're running out of time, and is there something, you know, any wishes you want to, you know, where we say, my wish to the universe is, you know, the next thing is ABC?
I mean, I got all kinds of wishes. I guess just, you know, health, happiness. You know, I know those things sound generic, but, you know, I guess as you do get a little older, you realize those are important things, you know, and that's what you want. You know, it's not about money and fame and all that. It's just about simple stuff like that, you know. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So the last words are always for the artist talking to the metalheads outside. So why should the people, you know, come to the tour, buy the new album Kentucky? Just, you know,
you should come to the tour because it's 100% real. We don't run any backing tracks. It's all 100% live, and we do our best to leave it all out there on the stage and give as much energy and as passion as we can. And in Kentucky, if you like badass guitar riffs and heavy drums and bass, then you will love this album. It's a southern, heavy, bluesy, metal rock album.
Ben.
Yes.
Okay, Ben. Thanks for your time. It was a pleasure having you. So, and thanks for having me here.
No problem.
And so, goodbye. See you later.
Metalhead TV.